The seismic tremors that have recently hit Korea have led to concerns about the preparedness of the nation for natural disasters and the possibility of bigger quakes to come. How to ready the country for possible earthquakes. Our news feature tonight with Lee Un-shin.
It was the most powerful earthquake to hit Korea since records began in 1978. Earthquakes with magnitudes stronger than 5.0 that hit the southern city of Gyeongju last week were followed by hundreds of aftershocks. And because that kind of seismic activity is extremely unusual in Korea, the shock and fear that struck area residents was all the more intense.
가슴이 떨려 죽겠구먼. 우리 일하다 늘어져 그래 죽기 싶다.
잠을 제대로 못 자지요. 언제 그럴란지 몰란지 알 수가 없어요.
With the area under high alert, the burning question among residents is whether there are more, even stronger quakes to come. Experts explain that the limitations of technology and the fact that the country's seismic records go back only so far make it hard to determine the exact cause of the recent tremors or to predict future events. For now, they say the chance of a large-scale earthquake is relatively low.
There are bound to be aftershock, like I said, because earthquake is more like a pendulum movement. But there's also a bright side. What happens is that earthquakes happen when there is a lot of stress buildup. And the fact that we had earthquake in Gyeongju means that all those stress were relieved.
And though it may not be something residents want to contemplate, it's crucial to understand the uncertainty in terms of when seismic events occur.
Current evidence suggests we'll only see the aftershocks for a bit, but we can't completely eliminate the possibility of bigger strikes hitting Korea in the distant future.
But as a country that's long been considered safe from quakes, Korea seems underprepared for future strikes.
I don't know what I'll do if another quake hits. I have no idea how to protect myself.
I didn't feel the recent quakes, but I'm definitely a bit worried that I just wouldn't know what to do if a tremor hits somewhere near where I live.
I'm worried about future earthquakes or even aftershocks, especially because our country hasn't prepared a solid system to deal with those.
At this point, what we know for certain is that most experts agree the nation can expect more aftershocks in the coming weeks. But as we saw earlier, most residents don't really know what to do when seismic activities occur. So what are some of the things we can do to better prepare ourselves?
To answer that, we went to an expert who said some basic preparations can take a load off one's mind when disaster strikes.
A simple backpack with a survival kit, things like canned food and a flashlight. If you feel anxious, have this handy at home so you can grab it and run out the door when a quake hits. Stay away from tall buildings and go somewhere that's wide open, like a school playground.
So the more you know, the calmer you'll be. Products made specifically for earthquakes, such as furniture supports or automatic electrical shut-off systems, can now be bought online. And while public schools do teach safety procedures for natural disasters, the expert says that they need to put more stress on training for earthquakes.
Considering the history of quakes in Korea, or lack thereof, it's understandable that the nation wasn't prepared. We learned our lesson, so for ongoing and future seismic activity, the nation needs to implement more structural changes and take steps to minimize both damage and fear.
The government so far has offered programs such as counseling for those who experience extreme shock and implemented text message alerts for all area residents within few minutes of a quake. While it's up to the government to handle the national response to a seismic crisis, there's a lot that we as individuals can do to protect ourselves. Lee Un-shin, Arirang News.